Hello students, welcome back to my channel. So in this class we will discuss these topics in this acids, bases and salts. Already few topics we discussed in the last class. Okay, now we will discuss these two lab activities in this class. So these are very important. So in this lesson totally 4 lab activities we have. First one is reaction of a metal with an acids and bases, and second one is reaction of metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate with an acid, and third one is a electrical conductivity of a acid. Next, fourth one is the crystallization of a pentahydrated copper sulfate solution. So these 4 are very important. So here among these 4 lab activities, here these 2 are very important. These 2 are very important. So in this year I am expecting this question. So that is reaction of a metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate with an acid. So now we will start. First one, reaction of metal with an acids and bases, and it is also given like that: evolution of a hydrogen gas. Evolution of hydrogen gas. Okay, so here we should follow this proforma in the lab activity. If lab activity question will be come to the examination, compulsory we should follow this proforma. So first one we should write aim, second materials required, third one chemical equation means principle, next fourth one precautions, fifth one procedure, sixth one diagram, seventh one observation, and last one is conclusion, is nothing but result. So here this is the proforma we need to write, we need to follow in the lab activity. Understand? Okay, so here reaction of metal with an acids and bases means here in this we take zinc metal, zinc granules. So that zinc granule reacts with acid as well as base separately. First we will discuss how this zinc metal reacts with a dilute hydrochloric acid, and then we will discuss how this zinc metal reacts with base and what type of product will be formed, we will discuss. Okay, so first one, we have to take a test tube and add a few zinc granules and add some amount of hydrochloric acid, dilute hydrochloric acid. So after few minutes we can observe the formation of a hydrogen gas. So that hydrogen gas is directly passed into the soap solution which is taken in the trough. So why need to take soap solution? So here whenever that gas is passed into the soap solution, so here we can observe the escaping of soap bubbles. That soap bubbles are filled with the hydrogen gas. So whenever we keep burning matchstick or burning candle very close to the hydrogen gas, is nothing but soap particles, soap bubbles, then what will happen? Immediately that flame size will be somewhat increased, and then that light will be put off by giving pop sound. So that's why we should take a soap solution. Understand? Okay, so now we will see chemical equation. So here zinc granules means zinc reacts with HCl, hydrochloric acid. It is aqueous, means it is mixed with or diluted with water molecules, means water. So that's why it is called a dilute HCl. So then what will happen? Zinc chloride will be formed and a hydrogen gas will be liberated or evolved. Understand? So zinc chloride is aqueous and hydrogen is the gas. Understand? And here zinc granules are solid substance. So is this balanced? No. So we should take 2 moles. So 1 mole of zinc metal reacts with 2 moles of HCl to form 1 mole of zinc chloride and 1 mole of H2 gas. So how to identify the H2 gas? Is this H2 gas or other gas released in this reaction? Simple. So the gas which makes pop sound is called a hydrogen gas. So here H2 gas makes pop sound. Very, very important. Pop sound. In objective purpose, they will ask the gas which makes pop sound in the following. They will give H2, N2, O2, H2. So, sir, CO2 like that. H2, N2, O2, CO2 like that. They will give options. So, only one gas that makes pop sound is a hydrogen gas. That's it. Understand? So, here sometimes they will give another acid also. In the place of HCl, they will give either H2SO4 or HNO3 or acetic acid. So, if you take H2SO4, then zinc granule reacts with sulfuric acid. It is also diluted. Aqueous gives ZnSO4, zinc sulfate, aqueous solution, and in this also hydrogen gas is evolved. Understand? So, here zinc is a solid substance. Okay? So, here next, if a zinc metal reacts with a base, then what type of product will be formed? Okay, so that is, if zinc metal reacts with a base, here also salt will be formed and hydrogen gas will be liberated. So, here that is zinc reacts with a strong base sodium hydroxide aqueous solution, forms a Na2 ZnO2, sodium zincate, and in this hydrogen gas is liberated. Hydrogen gas is liberated. So, this is what a sodium zincate. Sodium zincate. Sodium zincate. Is this balanced? No, yeah, we should take 2 moles. 2 sodiums, 1 zinc, 2 oxygens, 2 ones are 2 oxygens, 2 hydrogens, balanced. So, this is a sodium zincate. Okay, next, come to the second lab activity. Reaction of metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate with an acid. So, here it is also called a evolution of CO2 gas. Evolution of CO2 gas. CO2 gas. Understand? So, now we will see chemical equation. Here I have taken 2 test tubes separately. In first test tube I have taken sodium bicarbonate, is nothing but sodium hydrogen carbonate salt, and I have added hydrochloric acid. So, then what will happen? CO2 gas will be liberated. Understand? So, what is the chemical equation? Here sodium hydrogen carbonate reacts with HCl. Forms sodium chloride, NaCl, and here one hydrogen, 2 hydrogens, that is H2, and one oxygen from the carbonate, H2O, plus CO2 gas. So, in this process, whenever acid reacts with the sodium bicarbonate, so here also we have to take a dilute acid, dilute hydrochloric acid. So, then sodium chloride aqueous. So, diluted means it is aqueous only. Okay, sodium bicarbonate is the solid. So, then here H2O and a sodium chloride, this is the aqueous solution, and a carbon dioxide gas will be formed. Understand? So, next, if we take sodium carbonate, if we take sodium carbonate instead of sodium bicarbonate, Na2CO3, this one. If we take sodium carbonate instead of sodium bicarbonate, so then what will happen? Na2CO3 reacts with HCl. Here dilute aqueous hydrochloric acid. So, then same sodium chloride, same kind of products are formed. Water plus CO2. So here take 2 moles solid, sodium chloride is aqueous, water is liquid, carbon dioxide is a gas. Understand? So in these two equations, same kind of products are formed. Same kind of products are formed. So here in this lab activity, mainly we have to concentrate on the evolving of carbon dioxide gas. Evolving of carbon dioxide gas. Okay. So next to identification test for carbon dioxide gas. Identification test for carbon dioxide gas. That we should take a lime water, CaOH taken twice. Calcium hydroxide is called lime water, and it is also called slaked lime. So whenever we pass CO2 gas, so here the CO2 gas is limited. Whenever we pass limited amount of CO2 gas through lime water, here what will happen? Calcium carbonate will be formed. Calcium carbonate and water. It is a white PPT, milky white PPT. Milky white PPT will be formed. Milk color, milky white means milk. What is the color of milk? White. So that kind of precipitate, PPT means what? Precipitate will be formed. Understand? So here calcium hydroxide is aqueous. CO2 is the gas, we know that. So whenever we pass limited means only few amount, insufficient amount of CO2 gas is passed through the lime water, it will be turned into milky white precipitate. Okay. So a precipitate means insoluble substance. Generally insoluble substance is settled at the bottom of the beaker. Okay. So here whenever we pass excess amount of CO2 gas, so that is CaCO3 plus H2O, and again if we pass a CO2 gas means it is excess. So this is a precipitate white PPT. Okay, so whenever we pass excess amount of CO2 gas through the solution, so then means a white PPT, then what will happen? Here calcium means this insoluble substance will become soluble. So then CaHCO3 taken twice. Understand? So this is a calcium bicarbonate. Soluble substance will be formed. So this is a calcium bicarbonate or calcium hydrogen carbonate. Understand? So this is a identification test for CO2 gas. So sometimes they will ask write the chemical equation when CO2, limited amount of CO2 gas is passed through the lime water, and write the chemical equation if we pass excess amount of CO2 gas through the lime water. Okay, and what is the product will be obtained when limited amount of CO2 gas is passed through the lime water. So this type of questions will be come to the examination. Okay, so these are the two lab activities we have discussed. So if you get any doubt in these two topics, you should mention in the comment section. Okay, so in next class we will discuss remaining two lab activities. So don't miss that video, don't miss that class. Thank you.